Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials in Pike County are looking for an elderly man who went missing more than 2 weeks ago. And from black gold to oak, some groups set out to transform an old coal mine into a plentiful forest.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Friday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this April 11th, the time 5:30, and it's time to check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal this morning. Megan, I came prepared today. I have my rain boots on. I would show you, but I'm just really not that flexible.
You know, I never wear rain boots when it's raining. I probably should, but I do not own a pair, which makes it a little bit difficult to do that. Did bring my raincoat though, and most of you will need that as you're heading out today. But you won't need a winter coat, as here's the temperatures that you can expect. We'll mainly be sitting in the 40s, which isn't too bad. I mean, this time of year we normally look in the mid 40s, so we're a little bit warmer than you'd expect in the morning hours. However, we will continue to see those temperatures drop as we go into the late morning hours and then warm back up as we're heading into the afternoon with high temperatures in the 50s. Not too much of a change for some cities in terms of that temperature. However, we do see upper 50s as you tread closer to that Kentucky-Tennessee border. Here's what you need to know in terms of that rain, because a lot of places will be seeing the rain this morning. It's continuing to move through our region, giving some heavy rainfall chances for some cities and then clearing out by the time you're heading into the evening hours. Here's a look at the day planner for today. Looking at those rain chances in the morning, clearing out as you head into the evening. Could see that sun around the time that the sunset is setting, so hopefully it'll be a beautiful end to a Friday night. Amelia?
In Whitley County, a Corbin man was sentenced to 8 years in prison in a sexual abuse case. Jonathan Gray pleaded guilty to first-degree sexual abuse involving a victim under the age of 12 back in February. In addition to being sentenced, Gray must also register as a sex offender for 20 years. A case where a man was involved in a deadly hit and run will be presented to a grand jury in Laurel County. Tyler Taparick appeared in court for a preliminary hearing on Tuesday. Officials tell us they found probable cause during the hearing, and police say Taparick hit a moped in the rear on US 25. Thomas Williams died as a result. Taparick is charged with leaving the scene of an accident with a death. He's scheduled to return to court next Friday. In Knox County, police are asking for help finding a stolen van. If you take a look at your screen, you can see a picture of that van. Barbourville police officers say it was stolen from East Barbourville Baptist Church late Sunday night. If you have any information about the case, you're asked to contact the Barbourville Police Department at 606-546-3441. The last of several men charged in a Madison County murder case was sentenced yesterday. Jacoby Chenault was sentenced to 15 years behind bars in connection with the deaths of Charles Walker and Censare Warford. The two people disappeared from their home in Richmond in 2010. Gregory Todd, the father of Warford, says 15 years is just not enough.
It's just hard knowing that, 15 years is not enough for anybody who takes somebody's life and puts them in takes two people's life, or is in charge of it.
Todd says while the legal proceedings concluded, the families impacted are never going to see the end because their loved ones are no longer here. Jonah Bevin, the adopted son of former Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin, filed a restraining order against his adoptive mother. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports Bevin filed the protective order against former First Lady Glenna Bevin on Monday. A judge upheld an EPO between Jonah and former Governor Matt Bevin last month. Jonah claimed the Bevins abused him. This new EPO asked Glenna Bevin to give Jonah's legal team documents about his adoption by next Monday. Voters in Tennessee could soon be asked to amend the state constitution. The change would give judges the power to deny bail to people charged with violent crimes. This includes second-degree murder, aggravated rape, and terrorism. The Senate already approved the amendment. It only needs to pass the House Finance Committee now and a full floor. If it passes in the chamber, it could land on a statewide ballot as early as next year. And we stay in Tennessee as we look at a bill headed to Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's desk aimed at preventing teen bullying. The bill would suspend a teen's license or even prevent them from getting a license for 1 year if they've engaged in bullying or cyberbullying. Governor Lee is expected to sign the bill. If he does, it will go into effect July 1st. One community is meeting next Thursday to discuss the future of a Letcher County school. The meeting will take place at Arley Boggs Elementary School at 6 o'clock. Community members will speak about the school possibly closing its doors ahead of the meeting. Some folks say they put together an online petition to keep the school open. When WYMT checked the petition overnight, it had more than 450 signatures. Nearly 2 weeks ago, a golden alert was issued for an 81-year-old man from Pike County. Philip Stiltner went missing on March 26. Officials say he was last seen wearing a button-up shirt and jeans around his home off Longfort Road in Kemper.
And we just ask if anyone has any information about his whereabouts or any information at all, no matter how small it seems, if you may have seen him at the store or wherever, just give us a call.
Officials say he is about 5'9" and 170 pounds and very loved by his community. And you may be asking, what exactly is a golden alert? A golden alert is issued for anyone who is 18 years or older or who has a mental or cognitive impairment, specifically if it is believed the person's health and safety is at risk. Search efforts for the missing person will last until the person is found or until all resources are exhausted. If you see a potential missing person, you should never approach them, but you should notify the police immediately. Folks will soon be able to apply for Kentucky's LIHEAP Spring Subsidy. Applications open on April 15th and can be submitted until May 30th. Help will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis. The subsidy provides a one-time electric benefit, which is paid directly to the household's electric vendor. People interested can contact their local community action agency. More information about what you need to apply is on our website, WYMT.com. National senators talked yesterday about whether the U.S. should continue to change the clock twice a year. During a hearing, committee members pointed to research suggesting the biannual ritual has a major impact on the economy and public health, leading to higher rates of heart attacks, strokes, and even car crashes. Witnesses advocated for ending the time change practice.
I suggest Congress establish a firm date, 2027, to permanently end the clock changing nationwide. States would then have ample time to decide if they want to remain in daylight time or opt out and pick standard time. They wouldn't have the option to continue the deadly twice-yearly switching.
Daylight saving time begins in March and ends in November. It was a cold and rainy start yesterday, but that did not keep volunteers away from Knott County. I spoke with more than 100 volunteers who made their way to a former mine site to plant trees. A former coal mine in Knott County is now the home of at least 7,000 white oak tree seedlings. The goal, to turn that wide open space into a luscious forest in the Appalachian Mountains.
Take these mine sites and reforest them into really healthy oak hickory forests that will be good for wildlife, good for people, and just overall restore the land.
Chris Garland with the Nature Conservancy tells me that the TNC did a global study to find the top ecosystems for biodiversity. He says that the Appalachian Mountains were actually in the top 4. That's along with the Amazon rainforest and the grasslands in Kenya, making the tree planting even more important.
Some of these people have never been to East Kentucky before in their lives, so it's great to see them get to witness it, and the beauty of what is actually here, and to get to do something that they realize, from talking to us how important it is and what a big help it is. And
for the past 4 years, the team has planted more than 700,000 trees.
We've made a commitment to plant as many trees as the barrels we use in making our whiskey.
Suntory Global Spirits is a premium spirits company and one of the organizers of the tree planting. Kim Murata with Suntory says it's a way to restore the natural habitat that so many people know and love.
Kentucky is our roots. Kentucky is our home. This community, this state is so important to us. So being here and making an impact makes a real difference to all of us.
Volunteers showing their dedication to the Appalachian Mountains, rain or shine. Suntory Global Spirits, Green Forest Work, and the Nature Conservancy of Kentucky were all involved in the tree planting and have been for the past 4 years. Family members say if you wanted something done, she could do it. Well-known Knott County leader Linda Gayhart died yesterday at Pikeville Medical Center. Gayhart was a social worker before moving into community development in 1999. She became coordinator of Leadership East Kentucky.
I had a pastor in the Methodist Church one day ask a group of us, where is heaven on earth to you? And one lady said, with my grandchildren. And at that time I didn't have grandchildren and I couldn't quite understand that. But now that I do, I have to agree with her.
Gayhart was an active member of Hindman Methodist Church and vice chair of the Knott County Community Foundation. Her visitation will be Saturday evening from 6 until 9 at the Hindman Funeral Services Chapel, and again from 1 until her funeral at 2 p.m. Sunday at Hindman Methodist Church. Linda Gayhart was 81. Still to come, the unsung heroes of action movies are getting their time in the spotlight with a new category on Hollywood's biggest stage.
And rain chances are tapering out today, and a pleasant weekend is on the way.
We love a rainy day, a little bit. Just a little bit of rain.
Just a little bit.
I know yesterday you saw the story that I did. Well, they were planting those trees in Knott County. Very cool. But then the rain would not stop. So I have to give the biggest of shout outs to all of the folks out there who helped me move my camera and protected me from the rain. Very nice people out there.
See, that's one thing that you don't see about our jobs is as the weather person, I'm never in the weather for my job. I'm always inside, and then I hear from Amelia how it actually was.
Exactly.
Always weathering the elements.
I'm your boots on the ground, Megan.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Giving me the lowdown, making sure my forecast is right every day. I love that. Well, I mean, just like yesterday, we have more rain in our forecast, unfortunately. But the good news is we have a little bit of a break as we're heading into the weekend. So for the first time in a while, we'll have a nice, enjoyable, pleasant weekend all the way through. Here's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar. We're seeing that rain moving through the area. Heaviest rain right now as we're traveling towards Lee County, Virginia. And that, again, will continue to move through the next couple of hours. Here's a look at that future view just so you can plan out what will be going on for the next couple of hours. By the time we head into about 10 o'clock, the heaviest of the rain will subside, just looking at light to moderate with some patches. Seeing that heavy rain during the day. Moving out by the time we're heading into the evening, looking at cloudy skies as you're traveling overnight and into your Saturday. Good news for your Saturday is you'll be mostly clear, but for our far eastern counties, you have a slight chance of a sprinkle here or there throughout the day, but for the most part, we're looking completely clear, and that will continue into your Sunday and most of your Monday. So definitely looking forward to the drier conditions. We need that break from the rain. And as we go through the next 7 days, here's the amount of rain that you can expect. So this is including the remaining rain from this system we're watching right now. And then we have a rain chance as we're heading into Monday night and Tuesday morning. And for the most part, we're looking less than ½ an inch across the entirety of the area. So even though we have more chances of rain, we're not going to see a lot of accumulation with that system. Now, I mentioned that we have chances on that Monday and Tuesday. Right now, chances are low, but we are still going to see it, and we'll see some storm chances associated with that system as it swings through. High temperatures for the day. Let's talk about it, right? It's going to be a little bit of a chillier day. Once again, mainly sitting in the 50s for the region, seeing mid to upper 50s as you travel more towards the southwest, looking at low 50s to mid 50s as you're traveling more towards the east northeast. So a little bit of a chilly trend. We'll continue to see cooling down temperatures as we head overnight. Some places will get close to that freezing mark before we head into your Saturday with a little bit warmer temperatures. Let's talk about those overnight lows, right? I mentioned they're going to be a little chilly. As we're heading more towards the east, we're seeing temperatures near 33 degrees for a lot of those Virginia counties, looking below freezing as you're traveling more towards the west, though, right? We're seeing 32 degrees right at that freezing mark for London and Irvin, 31 for Monticello. Today is that catnap forecast. We have Edgar Allan Poe by Crystal. Not probably the best day to take a catnap, but not too bad of a day overall as we'll start to see that rain clearing out as we're heading into the afternoon and evening hours. And here's a look at that ARH 7-day forecast for your weekend is always in view. Again, seeing cooler temperatures again for your Saturday and then warming up into your next work week. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan. We have a safety alert for you. Fisher-Price recalled 250,000 stroller toys due to a choking risk. The recall is for the Brunch and Go stroller toy. The toy features a plush avocado toast with 3 smaller toys hanging off, a mirror tomato, a crinkle bacon, and an egg teether. Fisher-Price received 5 reports of the yolk of the egg cracking and breaking off. In 2 of the reports, an infant had pieces of the egg toy in their mouth. Thankfully, no injuries were reported. Hollywood may take a hit as a result of the trade war. China says it will limit the number of American movies shown in the country as part of its retaliation against President Trump's tariffs. A spokesperson for the China Film Authority says the tariffs will reduce the appeal of American movies to the Chinese audience. The statement also noted China's status as the world's 2nd largest film market. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science is adding a new Oscars category for stunt design. The CEO of the Academy says stunts have been an integral part of filmmaking since the early days of cinema. The inaugural award will be for films released in 2027. More than 100 stunt professionals are members of the Academy's production and technology branch. In Tennessee, an effort to rename Nashville International Airport after the Queen of Country Music is growing. So far, more than 50,000 people have signed a petition in favor of renaming it after Dolly Parton. But those who support the petition say it's only fitting for the airport to carry the name of a remarkable woman who represents the best of Tennessee. Vince Vaughn wrangles grandmas in a new film. Celebrities endure being trapped inside a locked house together for a cool million, and Spin Doctors released their first new studio album in 12 years. Danya Backus has your eye on entertainment.
The Heart of the Highway is one of 12 songs on Spin Doctors' new album, Face Full of Cake, which drops today. The Grammy-nominated alt-rock band has been a fixture since its breakout hits Two Princes and Little Miss Can't Be Wrong in the early 1990s. Spin Doctors are currently on a coast-to-coast tour.
I'm going through my mom and Nona's recipes, and then I realized food is love. So I want to open an Italian restaurant. What are you, crazy?
Who are you going to get to come down and cook?
Nona's. Other real-life Italian grandmothers.
Vince Vaughn plays Joe, who employs grandmothers as the chefs at his Staten Island restaurant in the film Nona's. Based on a true story, Nona's also stars Susan Sarandon, Brenda Vaccaro, Lorraine Bracco, Talia Shire, and Linda Cardellini.
I am from Bologna. I spit on Bologna. Spit on Sicily, okay?
Nona's streams on Netflix May 9th. Reality show personalities Omarosa and Spencer Pratt are among 20 people locked inside a house together competing for $1 million prize in the new show, Got to Get Out.
We built this reality TV villain thing.
The goal is to escape while preventing the other contestants from doing the same.
We're prisoners and we're prison guard.
Got to Get Out streams today on Hulu. That's your eye on entertainment. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The 2028 Summer Olympics will include new mixed-gender team events in multiple sports, including golf and gymnastics. The International Olympic Committee announced the news as it released the entire sports program for the 2028 Los Angeles Games. In addition to golf and gymnastics, there will also be a new mixed-gender relay in track and field. The International Gymnastics Federation has until the end of next month to finalize the Olympic mixed event format. Blue Origin has a historic human space flight launching on Monday from Texas, and the crew in the New Shepard rocket's 31st mission will be all women. The 6 women going up include journalist Gayle King, music artist Katy Perry, Jeff Bezos' fiance Lauren Sanchez, film producer Kieran Flynn, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, and bioastronautics research scientist Amanda Wynn. And here's what Katy Perry said she's been doing to prepare for the launch.
I'm excited to learn more about STEM and just the math about what it takes to accomplish this type of thing. I was winding down from a rehearsal the other day and I was listening to Cosmos by Carl Sagan and reading a book on string theory, and yeah, I was like going to bed.
And if you want to know more about the flight, Gayle King sits down with Vladimir Duthier for an in-depth discussion about what she's hoping to get out of the journey ahead on CBS Mornings. Well, that is just exciting. I think what we really need to point out is that Katy Perry is going to space.
Yeah, I'm so excited for her.
Shock for me. I mean, we aired something about this story a while back, and then I was online. I was like, wait, Katy Perry's really going to space?
Yeah, she sure is.
That's wild.
I hope they play her song, E.T. I love that song.
That would be iconic. So we'll see. Excited for that. Just ahead, we'll help you plan out your day with stories you should keep an eye on.
Plus, I'll have another check of today's weather.
Good morning. It is 5:56, and here's a look at some of today's top national stories we're watching. President Donald Trump says tariffs that have rolled Wall Street will return if he doesn't get the trade deals he wants from other countries. He trumpeted historic stock gains on Wednesday after announcing a 90-day pause on tariffs, though losses yesterday erased some of them. The president also heralded the passage of a budget deal in the House by a narrow margin. And a new government report shows inflation eased last month compared to February. The Consumer Price Index shows prices rose 2.4% in March compared to a year ago. Gas prices, airfare, and hotel costs all dropped.
We are still watching the rain this morning moving through our region. We'll kind of see it for the next couple hours, clearing out as we're heading into that afternoon evening time slot. But it's going to be rainy, so make sure you're preparing for that. Have that umbrella as you're going out the door. Current temperatures, though, not looking terrible, mainly sitting in that 40-degree range, seeing upper 40s for a lot of cities in the region. Now, we will see those temperatures dropping as we're heading into the later morning hours, and then eventually warming up as we're heading into the evening, with high temperatures mainly sitting in the mid to upper 50s, seeing low 50s and upper 40s as you're traveling closer to that Kentucky, Virginia, and West Virginia border for today. Here's what you need to know as you're heading off to the bus stop this morning. You'll definitely need that umbrella or rain jacket. Temperatures will be in the mid 40s on the way to school. By the time you're heading home, that's when you see the temperatures warming up a little bit, hopefully in the upper 40s. May still see a chance of rain, but mainly looking cloudy. Stay with us. More Mountain News is on the way.